What's the fun text?
It says green elf needs keys badly this time.
I don't get it.
You wouldn't. By the way, everybody, how's the Buzz to Larry ratio here? Please let us know. And 3, 2, 1, go, but we'll wait until we can actually see them go before we start the timer. Normal tournament flags here, as opposed to the last race where it was
As opposed to almost normal.
almost supposed to easier than normal, even though it wasn't planned like that. And there is Frank the dog is the first one to get in the Northern Palace here. And he's going to go right, while DH also opts to go right here. It's against meta strategy. One more frame. They hope it brings them good luck.
I thought it was 2 frames.
Is it? It might be 2 frames. I don't know. I'm not in the tournament anymore. Probably because of those reasons.
Hey, you gotta save the frames, man.
Palace to the left, to the west. It's kind of a little bit down, a little bit to the west. Martin's not even going to. He's going to go into that little cubby hole. Hope it was the grass tile. It was not.
Okay, good farming opportunity here. Palace 3, close to start. And Martin doesn't want to take advantage of it.
And I am not entirely sure that my chat is connected.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Early
yeah, oh,
Bagu.
yeah. P-Bag for 200 points. Exactly. Martin does grab the note.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Cap locks much?
That was funny. I must have pressed that on accident.
Martin finds a couple P-Bags, and he's going to take himself to 2-1-2. But, yeah, DH is also at 2-1-2, so I wonder if he got to the same P-Bags or if he...
Yeah, just a couple of... Yeah, this whole area, that's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
Bunch of garbage. I mean, P-Bags are useful early on, but there's a bunch of garbage right there. Both players know Bagu now, so we are tied.
We look like we're in an area. Well, they have to go down through this,
Yeah,
this
we
road.
haven't seen all the way down that path if there's a rock there or not.
No, DH did not. I don't know if he ducked in there and saw it was Palace 3 or not.
There's actually 2 paths. There's one on either side of the start.
One of them's probably going to have an encounter, and the other one's going to... Well, I mean, even if we have the business end of Zarya here, so we can pass through because we have the note. That can count. That I don't know why he's taking this bridge encounter. Okay. He realizes it goes nowhere. This might be a situation where Bagu is required, and early. Because depending on what this road is, it might have the boulder in the way. And there's no other way to do anything.
I don't think there are any caves, it looks like.
No, and do we have the boulder?
Oh, no, you can just walk right through.
Okay.
But I do like to see people utilizing Bagu because...
Well, yeah, if you find it early enough.
Greatest swordsman in all of Hyrule.
I think you're discounting the old man. First spell here.
Sorry, a spell is the spell.
Use that to locate the hidden building in New Kasuto on the Eastern Continent for a item.
Or to turn enemies into bots.
And you can do that as well. Here's our cave. It's the back end of PTR Cave. Or Fairy Cave. We don't know yet. And we thought, well, we know one or the other because we just saw DH has found the other one. The spell. Very nice. That is a different palace, but also on a graveyard, in a graveyard.
Man, look at Martin finding that dead end there. Just a whole lot of nothing for him. So it looks like Bagu is... No, wait, never mind. We saw the other side of that pass-through cave, so he can get through that way. So there's only one of 2 ways to go across there if you don't have the boots. And that other graveyard palace is Palace 2.
And this was through the bridge.
Far southern coast, and then Raru's right next to it.
Got our second spell here for DH.
So yeah, a slight early advantage for using Bagu.
Yeah.
Kind of throws you out into a bunch of useful stuff.
Well, Martin can go through this cave now and see where he comes out.
Yeah, it's going to be almost identical to where the other side of Saria is.
Or it could be on a side that has... It could be on something that's Palace 1 and has Rudo or Mido. And the host of other caves.
And Raru has the fairy spell, not castable early on, costing 77. Both of our runners start out with 64.
So, Martin actually found Fairy Cave. Is that mountain?
Okay, so it wasn't Parappa Cave. Oh,
No, but I think DH found Parappa Cave. They were just both. They were both found that side.
Right.
And he finds. Is that the other side of Death Mountain?
I believe so.
And there's a boulder blocking a cave. Buzz. Here's Mido. It's through.
We haven't seen P-Bag, though, have we?
We have not. Here's a grass encounter, though, for Martin.
He
actually took
the grass encounter.
Yeah, it was a grass encounter. Now he's going to back off and go into the grass spot. Good find.
Yep, good. Early roots. Helpful in this seed, especially. Well, it would have been nice for Martin to have that a few minutes ago where he was trapped over on the other side.
Would have saved a handful.
He doesn't have to worry
friends.
about that anymore.
No. Making our way. Is this Hammer Cave? Look at that. I totally... Trophy and Hammer Cave. Almost always, right?
Hammer Cave? No, that's Medicine Cave.
Is that Medicine Cave? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Unless I knew he was in Death Mountain. Whoops. Why do I mark Medicine?
No, he just peeked his head into Death Mountain
Okay.
and then went away.
Martin's finding the other side of the dead end he encountered early on. It's the raft spot. Easily accessible now with the boots. And,
Heart Container Cave right next to the raft spot.
Absolutely.
Interesting. I'm not sure what's happening to DH here.
I don't know. Cross. Is he just making sure he's not saying anything in chat that has to do with our attention?
It might just be yeah, who knows? Might be I mean, things pop up when you're running. Sometimes you gotta drop the controller.
All right, there's Rudo. I'm sorry, there's Martin Town.
Martin finding his own town, yes, but he is short a trophy.
Yes, he might think he has it though, because he's very timid about that. It's a very sore subject. Don't bring it up.
Not to the extent that he goes in and checks, though.
Well, now you got to make sure. I see DH is moving a mouse all over on his screen. I don't know if he's trying to close things, if he uses some external thing to track. My controller died. Can I save so I can continue? Okay, yeah. Need to close the emulator to fix it, yes.
Controller died.
Yeah, so his controller died. So he's, I think he's asking if he can save state. And then Link gave him the answer, yes, he can save. So I don't know. Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, he didn't save. He probably just did a save state there. I think that's a disqualification.
I don't think that's allowed.
No.
But it's not up to, like, I'm not entrusted with that.
It looks like you can't load the state in. Yeah, I'm not sure what the protocol is here.
Is Dig here anybody with a little bit more authority than we have about this? I would think it's not.
I would say it's definitely, yeah, that should definitely not be allowed, but I'm almost at the point where I'd say leave it up to I guess leave it up to Martin if he thinks it's okay or not, but it's hard to say.
Use of save states is disallowed by SRL rules, and this tournament's kind of like governed by those rules, JLo.
I mean, yeah, they are using the SRL officially, so that's yeah, he should have just done a regular save.
Well, as we get this,
Certainly,
trying to get this sorted out and get him back on track, DH is just going to forfeit 10 minutes into the race.
wow, it's over.
Wonder if he couldn't get the controller working again. But that was a very quick bailout of that.
Yeah, he could have at least yeah started over or tried to figure something out. Well,
Well, what
I
did we miss
believe
on
we
Martin's
have
end?
believe we have our winner.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he doesn't forfeit, or Martin doesn't forfeit too. Martin might be a good sport about it and let him start over. But again, I don't even know if that's at his discretion.
I can't speculate on any of these things because these are not things I'm all entitled to. I just knew that save state was probably not allowed, saving, and
Well, we should go to Mike Pereira in the back at the studio. Do we have him? Is he
uh,
here today?
I don't think he's here today. He's resting for tomorrow.
He was like the chief of the NHL NFL rules for like 2 years or something.
So did Martin get anything while it was looking? Martin's now in chat as well.
He just he got the fairy spell, and he was about to get the spell,
Okay.
but now it looks as though everybody's trying to figure out what the hell's going on, or yeah,
I
yeah,
technically
what's going
don't
on.
think Martin can forfeit here. Like I think he has to go through
It's
and complete
like
the
since
run.
the other runner has technically been disqualified, which makes him the winner, I believe.
Well, it all depends because the other runner could have just not used the save state and restarted like normal. And I don't think the
That's
use of
true
the
too. Yeah, he
save state.
still,
Yeah.
but he did type the forfeit in the SRL thing.
Martin just says we'll rematch, of course.
Okay, well, we'll have a rematch. Whether or not it's valid is up to debate.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are to say that he's disqualified because he didn't use the save state. He loaded the save state and couldn't do anything. Then got the correct confirmation that you can't do that, and then forfeited. So I don't know. Not at our discretion. We'll have to go to the panel of experts to this one.
Yeah, somebody call Roger Goodell.
There's spell.
Well, that's disappointing. Calling these races, I feel we have a unusually high amount of interesting things happening as far as games breaking, people restarting, all sorts of different things that can kind of, terminate the race or at least, knock it off kilter than what it should normally be.
Yeah, I'm definitely more has happened in these one-on-one races than have in just multiplayer races altogether.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, sometimes you have one person forfeit, but for the most part, it's just, goes along kind of smoothly.
I'm looking at the full description of the rules on the site right now.
Okay. Uh, Belletta, to answer your question, his controller died, and then he did a save state and loaded that, and then he didn't play with it, but technically he's disqualified, I think. But he already typed forfeit in the SRL, so it's probably he's done. If he didn't type forfeit, he still would be able to start over, you know. But I think that kind
We've
of
seen
negates
players.
everything.
They didn't have a lot, and we've seen players come back to overcome a 15-minute disadvantage because of crashing, and certainly
Yeah. Yep.
come back. I don't see anything. All SR rules apply. SRL rules apply. I guess it governs the rules not stated here. And the only thing stated here was that healer glitch is banned. You can use the glitch to skip T-Bird's room, but you gotta kill T-Bird, or you're disqualified. So if you kill T-Bird and then use the glitch thereafter to bypass majority of the Great Palace, you can do that if you want. No extended breaks such as sleeping during a race. That's actually a rule. You'll get disqualified if you do that.
No naps, huh?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
No emulator functions such as save states or speed ups. We knew that. Turbo fires, stuff like that, unless they're available on the original controller. No Game Shark, Game Genie. DQ'd from race and permaban from speedrun lives we take very seriously. Zero tolerance policy on cheating, but he didn't cheat. Let's just put that out there right now.
No, definitely not. It was just kind of unfortunate the way he did it.
Yeah, he asked the question first, and there was a confusion to the question, can I save? And the answer was yes, you can save. But then we looked at it was a safe state. He can't even get his controller to work right now, so I would. There doesn't seem to be anything in SRL that lists like a gentleman's rule, like if something happens and both players agree to re-race that they may. Like I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I believe we need to talk to, just for the sake of the sporting of the whole thing. I just think we would need to talk to one of our moderators of this entire race, Dig Shaker Unos.
Yeah.
I think they would be able to make a decision whether they want to actually race again or just leave it be. And we would have our shortest race of the tournament.
And if we want to play good cop, bad cop here, I wouldn't think it's against anything if, especially if Martin was just totally up for it. Re-race. Re-race later, says. In IRC, so it does look like we don't have an official match, and it's working. DH's controller is working now, so
okay. So maybe we could restart, unless it is up to Martin. I would say re-race later, fine if Martin wants to, but at this point, DH needs to start over, but I guess since he already technically forfeited in the channel, that means that Martin can take the win. But he seems to be a good sporting guy. I don't think he wants to win that way.
No. Well, he says we'll reschedule then. I want to finish this seed, Martin says.
Yeah, okay. So you might have to wait till after this one.
Well, he might not want to do back-to-back. I don't know what his reschedule means. If it means another day, if it means later on today, or if it or what.
Well, that's that then, huh?
Yeah. Well, both players can. Yeah, Vonky just said it. Both players can rematch within the same chat channel in IRC. They just both have to quit and then rematch. So Martin has backed out. I don't know if he's going to immediately rematch. We're kind of on the fence about this one. We can re-rack that.
Well, hell of a race then.
Absolutely. We'll take this time. Let's talk about other 90s TV shows while they get things sorted here. Buzz, any really obscure 90s TV shows you really liked?
Obscure? No,
Pacific Blue?
No, I mean I watched that one. I saw that a few times. That was basically a new version of Baywatch, wasn't it?
It kind of was, yeah.
Uh, God, what was that one with Pamela Anderson and like the couple of other girls? It was called like La Femme Nikita or something
VIP.
like that. VIP, that's what I'm thinking of. Was that 90s technically?
I could be considered 90. There was a PlayStation 2 game, I think, based on that show, if you can believe it or
Yeah.
not.
I watched a little bit of that. I don't know. I was a big Buffy fan back in the day. I still think that show actually holds up if you're into like sci-fi action TV.
Buffy also has a huge comic book following still. They do like, some one company, IDW, I think it is, IDW Publishing, they take old TV shows and they continue the TV shows through comics. So you'll have like Star Trek, Buffy, Angel. They do a bunch of other X-Files. They do a bunch of them. And they just like, it'd be like Buffy season 10 or whatever.
Right,
It's
right.
pretty cool if you have a show like that and it continues on. The lore of it continues on instead of just ending. I really wish that Lost had some type of published fiction after the fact from the creators.
Yeah, that's something I still need to. I haven't seen any of Lost. That's another thing that's on my list.
Not 90s, but
No,
still.
no. Um, yeah, I don't know. I was gonna mention Alias. I thought was a fun show, but I don't think that's technically 90s either.
Maybe not. It might be close to early 2000s.
Yeah, I'm guessing that
Maybe.
came on like 2001.
It was Jennifer Gardner, right?
Yes, actually, really, really fun show.
You remember
There was a little.
Dave's World with Harry Anderson? Based on
That
the
sounds.
writing of Dave Barry, the humor
That
columnist.
sounds very familiar.
Shadow Stevens was on it from Hollywood
Dave's.
Squares. It was on for 3 years or something like that. I would really love if that was on a DVD.
Yeah, I definitely heard of this. I don't even know who this guy is, really.
Who's Shadow Stevens?
Yeah.
He was the announcer on Hollywood Squares. He was the
Oh
guy
no,
with the
no,
deep voice.
Harry Anderson.
Oh, Harry Anderson, Night Court.
Oh, see, that's another show that I haven't watched.
Oh man,
Missed out
Harry
on.
Anderson's one of the. I really liked Harry Anderson.
See, I'm trying to think here. Now that I'm looking at this, yeah, I used to watch Murphy Brown.
Do you remember who
Wing.
Murphy Brown's last secretary was?
Her last secretary. Didn't she have a new secretary like every other episode or
Every
something?
episode. That was the whole gimmick, I think.
It was every single episode.
I think so. Every
Yeah.
episode where their secretary existed, I believe there was a new secretary. By the way, guys, they are re-racking. They're loading the seeds and stuff like that. So we are
Okay,
going to
we're
have
gonna go right now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What are you eating? Is that Halloween candy?
No, that's me crumpling up my note sheet
Oh, we need a new note sheet.
and getting a new one.
Damn it.
No, I'm not allowed to eat. Well, actually, I am. I'm not gonna eat it. See, I say I used to watch Murphy Brown, but I think about that like, like when I used to watch it, how old was I? I would have been, I would have been like 5 or 6 years old. I guess my mom probably watched it, and I was in the room.
Wait, like after Murder She Wrote was on, you decided to.
Maybe. Now, my mom used to watch The Frugal Gourmet. I remember that one. It was
I'm
a
pretty sure
PBS program.
the final Murphy Brown secretary was somebody of like grand importance.
Well, if
And
they
I'm,
knew it was the last episode, wow, that's 10 seasons.
sitcoms lasted pretty long back then. List of Murphy Brown episodes. Here we go. Never Say Goodbye. Oh, it's Bette Midler.
No, she was the last one. Chris Parnell was actually had a bit part in the season finale of Murphy Brown.
Don
Interesting.
Don Rickles was the
George Clooney, Julia Roberts, man, everybody was in this. This show must have been popular. Haley Joel Osment.
well. Now you know the show was tremendously popular.
I didn't realize that Haley Joel played her son. I thought it was just a baby.
Wasn't that like big and controversial when she had the baby because there was no father, And that was like the first time maybe in TV history
Yeah,
where
I
there
mean
was...
that was probably one of those groundbreaking things where where Hollywood has this fake world that you're not allowed to talk about things, you're not allowed to do anything. Back in the day,
Yeah.
that was the first time it happened.
I think Mary Tyler Moore was the first one that first woman they actually showed in skinny jeans back on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Or
you
it
weren't
was
you had to wear a dress like up until then.
something like that, or it was, or it was the first show where the husband and wife didn't sleep in separate beds. That the
That
beds
actually,
were together.
I think that's like a Trivial Pursuit question. I think that was the Flintstones, but that doesn't count for 'cause it's a cartoon. So, like, as far as live action, yeah, that makes sense that Dick Van Dyke Show would be the first one where they didn't have twin beds.
Also, the first TV show where somebody tripped over an ottoman in the opening, and avoided an ottoman in an alternate opening. So it was the first show to have multiple openings. Which may not be true, but it had two openings.
Multiple Ottoman jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now you can just do anything you want on TV. All bets are off.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a simpler time.
Streamer, please clear all the items from the list.
Good thing that I... God damn it. Let's see if I can find that multi-twitch. Okay, nice.
I'm going to reload because it looks like DH was buffering and but is online. So does everyone know what time it is?
Tool time!
There you go. Take 2.
I tell you, I actually was watching an episode of that at work the other day. I had to rescan because our MediaCom was acting goofy, but it popped up and I was watching it. And Binford had created a tool that Al and Tim both thought were substandard, and they had to go to the president of the company and tell him that it was junk and they weren't going to promote it on their show, and they were risking their sponsorship.
I do remember that episode. Why am I getting mentioned here? Yeah, they look like they're almost underway as I'm trying to scribble down crap on the paper. Here we go. What's going on, guys? How you guys this afternoon? We had a little bit of a early start and late start, depending on how you view this. They were supposed to start in an hour, and then it was moved up to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then started at 3:30 p.m. But now we have take 2 because DH's controller locked up. Asked if he could save, but there was confusion between save and save state. And then when he saved stated, we mentioned that he wasn't allowed to do that and he forfeited from the race. So the good guy that Martin is, he said, let's rematch. We'll rematch. And Yunus gave the okay. And now here we go. Part 2. Martin is playing with his dog, though. He doesn't really... he's going to show the dog the chat.
That's nice that his girlfriend's there supporting him.
Yeah, and that's girlfriend.
My wife is always shouting at me from the kitchen, like shaking a rolling pin at me when I'm playing.
That doesn't happen.
When I'm playing Zelda. Hair and curlers, everything like that.
Hair and curlers and everything like that, folks. Jump Cave, Fairy Cave, PTR, Death Mountain, and Saria. We had a nice little seed.
PTR.
Yes, time. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the only way to remember it now. So.
All right, serious time, please.
What are these runners trying to do here, Buzz?
They're trying to get out of the Northern Palace.
One goes left and one goes right. This is interesting. Let's see where they kind of wind up in the same place, though.
Oh,
so
and ladies and gentlemen, we have a virtual Bagoo spoon, if that's a thing.
That's got to be the worst thing in the world, though. Like,
wow.
I would reset. I would ask for a rematch right now. I don't know if anybody has audio.
Rudo.
Oh.
I think we just lost Larry.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I just stuttered. I do that a lot.
A nice little three town congregation there with
The
the bad end of Seria, Rudo, and Raru.
that is officially called the Tri-State area because Dig Shake mentioned it on chat last night.
The Tri-State, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Well, Dig Shake said it, so
Okay.
that's a seal of approval for me. Tri-City area is more correctly, as you corrected me.
Yeah, I mean, I was just throwing stuff out there. So, Tri-City Metropolis. Well, we have an early ferry in Raru, so this might be the same seed.
We obviously didn't need to throw out our notes.
Nope. I didn't need to violently crinkle them into my microphone.
That was pretty loud. That was almost as loud as when I eat trail mix on the microphone.
I just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
I don't know what Martin was doing there. I think he was putting in some false teeth. Little known fact, Martin plays this game with mouth guard. I don't know if anybody's noticed
That's
that.
pretty intense. Looks like we have our first item cave. It is the trophy cave. Oh, and look, DH utilizing Bagu for the second time. Good item in trophy cave there. The boots, another early boot find. So yeah, deja vu, ladies and gentlemen.
Virtually the same seed. It's just mixed up just a little bit in terms of where. You're getting the same items.
I mean, DH was catching in Bagu while Martin was finding, finding the boots in the raft spot the first time around.
DH collects 2 mirrors. You never know if you need one later. He'll turn it in for our second spell of the game. Now, last time, this spell was the spell, right?
It was, yes. It was the spell. But now it is the life.
Grabs life. He's going to go out the front door. He's going to go out the party end. See where that takes him. That wasn't in the same area. No, it's going to take him in the Dig Shake Swamp. Dig Swamp, we call it. Medicine Cave. So basically the same caves, too. Grab an item here. Let's see what it is. So what did we have last time? We had the Water of Life, right? Not in this cave, but just that's one of the ones we had. One of the items.
Trophy.
Oh, the trophy. I'm sorry. Yes.
Did he grab the item? What's going on?
I didn't see him grab
just
the
turned
item.
around.
He's gonna grab life 2, I think, and then he's gonna go in there and try to fight those guys again.
Oh, yeah, he was scared of the... Oh, and that was a game over, too. Bogus.
Bogus.
Whamboozle.
There you go. That's a little better. Let's go back in. Our magic container cave.
Looks like a pea bag, if I saw that correctly.
It looked like a magic container. I think magic jar. We'll get the official confirmation here. These desert encounters, I hate them.
In the magic container, in the magic container cave. Who would have thought?
Martin's getting Eiffel Towered in the desert spot.
Brutal.
Yeah, I avoid the desert tiles with as much as I can.
I love those if you have like shield spell early, because if that Dyra's worth 100, that's a great place to farm early. You can get up to attack 3 like immediately. It is still a pain though, just because everything's so slowed down.
Vonky is now known as the guy with the good and easy seeds. Let me state that on record. I was paid to say that before, but it's a thing.
Wow, a lot of deaths early.
Well,
and
I mean...
what just happened there, Larry?
That was, he just got wamboozled.
Ah, yes, he did.
With that desert encounter at 112-111, it's That's pretty crazy. Trophy cave now for DH. He has his mic on, guys, so we'll throw up the generic audio then, so we're listening to something.
Okay, so it looks like that was Palace 2. It seemed like that was directly north of starting North Palace there. Say, Martin needs to head up to that water so he can avoid some of these encounters. Maybe forgetting that he has the boots because he's walking right next to the water.
Putting music on in the background, guys. Please let me know the music to Buzz and Larry ratio. If it needs to go louder, I think it needs to go a little louder.
Alright, now we have DH finding Medicine Cave. And Martin finding Heart Container Cave.
So DH picked up the boots, right? Because I know last I saw he jumped in lava and then I went to do the music. So
yes.
He got the boots, okay. So this is the first we're seeing of Medicine Cave because Martin took the game over.
That's a very, very nice item to find early. In the Heart Container Cave, we have a glove.
Very nice.
And another death. Oh, that was another game over in Medicine Cave. We still don't know what the item is in Medicine Cave.
That at this point, that better be the raft. You know?
If we have boots, glove, and raft over here in the open spots, that's this is going to be a short race.
Okay, that was the front end of PTR Cave. I haven't been tracking my caves either. And here we go. We go round 3 with the Medicine Cave. In the Epic Trilogy. Let's see if we can get there this time.
Yep, we have the orange and blue Gorias to fight.
It's at a time...
He killed one of them.
Well, they respawn when you die. It's times like these I wish that, like, if I'm having trouble getting through stuff, I'm just like, you know, man, I hope I find Palace 3, like, right there. If I'm 8 minutes in and I'm 112 and I'm struggling finding XP, and it's the medicine in the Medicine Cave, I'm like, man, I hope I find Palace 3. I hope there's a 200-point red nut knuckle, and I'm gonna go to town.
Yeah, well, we do have a life spell in Saria, so that desert spot, if you can kill 2 of those red Dyras, that's a good spot to farm as well. It's actually faster than the red iron knuckle if you can do it right.
And life for Martin. What does life cost right
now? That's a good question.
He has 5 magic containers.
For me, it's about like 1,200 a month. Fairy's 47. I saw that.
Life was 98, wasn't it? He needs.
I only saw Fairy.
He needs 6 1/8 heart container, magic containers to cast it right now. I think it was 98. But Fairy is castable, you said? Well, how much was it?
47. And then DH picks up a glove too.
Early glove, early boots. And you know you're going to find the raft somewhere. So
yeah, great items to get early, for sure.
P-Bag Cave, and I'm not too sure we saw a cave with a boulder. That was probably the redo on the other one.
Yeah, a lot of good items early, but again, 10 minutes in, we're still just kind of walking around, you know, just too many deaths here to really get a good rhythm and good solid exploration going.
And doesn't seem like there's a lot of XP to be had on the smaller enemies because both players are still 1-1-2 in all that time. So not even like the Octorok kills or the Beetle kills or anything. They're not all adding up at this point. The loader kills, sorry.
Those are called loaders?
I believe so. It depends on the wiki. I don't trust Zelda 2 wikis for official
loader.
names.
I hardly knew that.
Palace 2. Loader. Okay, sorry. Try to be more in sync with your setups in a little bit.
No, that's alright. Don't worry about it. I was setting myself up, really.
I mean, you bombed the Tool Time one, so...
Can't expect me to remember every line from a show I haven't watched in 10 years.
You just said you watched it at work the other day. All right, well, I'm not doing this with you right now.
I saw like 5 minutes of a scene.
We have an item room in 2. DH decides to go in at 1-1-2. He's probably this Gooma kill away from an attack 2 here.
Yeah, we'll see if this steed continues to be stingy or not. Should give him 100.
Well, 20 is the
50,
lowest.
Relatively stingy for a Gooma.
It's 50. I'm gonna fairy right through this. Martin learned his lesson.
Oh, was that a pea bag?
No, that was the medicine in Medicine Cave.
No.
Oh, the item.
Yeah, but he just game over trying to get the item too, which was a pea bag.
Certainly, that's a really.
Yeah, I think you got to go back for it.
It's a really good item at this point.
Key, though, because you can't get it with the fairy. Unless somebody knows something I don't.
Does he have a key?
I don't. I think that's all he's done is gone this direction. So.
Well, he 50 XP Gooma right here.
Oh, that's what he was doing.
Sets him up for attack 3 and then possibly attack 4 at the gem, if nothing else. Where's Martin right now? He's going through Jump Cave?
Looks like Jump Cave.
DH will grab a key here. He doesn't have downstab, which is good, because I downstab, break my way into the lava pretty often.
I don't know if he saw that pea bag or not. I would place a lot of value on it right now, just because everybody's so low level.
He grabbed the key and he's going back instead of going through that room and seeing what was.
I just didn't know if he actually saw it or not, or if he just. I mean, I don't even know if I saw it.
I think everything you've seen so far has been a pea bag. It is a pea bag.
Oh, double pea bag. So that's 700.
Yeah. He'll use 400 of that 500 for, and the remainder for attack 3. Attack 4 is going to be at 940. It's going to take life 3.
I would have eaten that up, and he probably could have gotten a magic 3 with that 300.
Yeah, that's possible. But in a seed where you've died a couple times. Downstab for Martin. Magic 3 could have helped you cast life, but a couple life here, not that bad. Well in the position to accept attack 4 when he leaves this palace. We're gonna turn in the medicine here on Martin's side. Order of Life Lady.
Oh, best spell in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the medicine.
Yeah, interesting for DH to dive into Palace too, especially with the slow exploration. I don't know if he was planning on getting experience coming in here, but It's not a terrible decision to go in here early, really, but it's just not what I do, not what most runners do.
Martin grabs
What
a
was
magic
the
container.
magic container in the grass spot?
Yes.
And we are. Oh wait, we're not glove block. We have the glove.
Yeah. Nope.
What am I thinking?
No fear of being.
Forget what I just said because I forgot that we had the glove. So going into 2 is a perfectly fine move.
The only thing I'd worry about is a key situation. You're more often.
Yeah, I'd like to go into 3 before 2 just because there's so many more keys lying around on the floor.
Yeah, the P bags turning into keys in normal tournament flags.
Yeah, because 2 doesn't really have any extra.
Well, here's one right here. We'll bank this one and go a different way. He does have fairy, and it is castable, so there really was not that big a concern to go in. So the only difference is he was
forgetting. I'm forgetting all the key things. Like
he was 1-1-2. That's the only 1-1-2, but basically found everything but the grass spot.
Yeah, attack. Now that he's at attack 3 and has the glove and close to attack 4, can cast fairy. Yeah, there's nothing that's really off limits.
I tell you what, he might take attack 4, or the possibility exists for him to take attack 4, up A and start the palace over, and then be in a situation for attack 5.
Yeah, I think that's a great move.
Because he's got a big backtrack here.
It really just is solely dependable on how long it takes you to get to the gem. But yeah, with him stabbing the hell out of this bubble here, it seems like that's his plan. 70 is decent.
Second best you can get.
And we have a horse head.
We definitely do have a horse head. Martin has found his way into level 1, Palace 1, while we were looking at DH.
Interesting fairy cast there by DH.
That was pretty interesting right there.
I probably forgot that he had glove like I just did. Ouch. And horsehead goes down, giving a meager 100.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered really too much.
Martin, I don't think found the item.
Nope. He's going to place the gem. He's just going to motor on here. So P2, P1. There we go. Attack 3 was 400. That's why it didn't matter much what horsehead gave him. We'll up A and we'll go through. That's fun. He's going to go back into this fun room where he picked up the key before and stun the bot and then get knocked back into him when the iframes wore off.
And he gets whamboozled.
He did not get attack 4 before that whamboozle.
That's brutal. That was another reason why I said, yeah, you should probably take a couple magic levels there instead of saving everything up. Just because of the high game over percentage that we've witnessed thus far.
Yeah. And he cast fairy in that block room when he had the glove, and it could have possibly saved him there if he pulled the trigger fast enough, but he didn't have the magic for it. There's the raft.
Raft in 1.
In 1. So I have these messed up. Raft is 1. Sea bag is 2.
Alright. Looks like Martin will try to farm a little bit here, seeing what the worth of this iron knuckle is.
Probably against the meta of the better players, but if this thing is 200, it's certainly worth a couple kills right here in an area he doesn't know the candle bag is into for a quick 500. But in a situation where you need XP and it doesn't seem like it's coming readily, then it's definitely worth a look. But he's having Angry Larry luck on it. Helmet head fight though for DH.
Yeah, I've started to up A at that point. If you if you don't have any experience, and just keep up A.
If you don't get the first one, up A.
But yeah, that was
150.
150 from him, so I would probably go to life 3 and magic 2 and then just go right into the dungeon.
He has downstab too. So
Yeah. And DH doing much better at helmet head, taking him down the second time.
.310 is not attack 4 though, so he's turning left.
That was actually Palace 6.
What?
That Martin was at. I did not see him take the raft across.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it either. But now he's in Darunia. You're definitely right.
So that makes a lot of sense why he wouldn't.
Yeah. Here comes an upstab.
Why isn't he going into 3? Because it's actually 6.
Well, that's what happens when we start watching other players fight bosses.
Yeah, pay attention.
I try. I have faults, but...
I was actually talking to myself.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was answering you. On behalf of yourself. So we're going to place the gem in 2 now. We have enough for attack 4. And 1 gem apiece here. Different palaces. Different items discovered. Different continents now. Warren doesn't even bother with that jar. Just like, oh, red jar. I may need it to cast fairy. I don't care. Desert tile. So Buzz, you want to run down? We kind of missed it on the Western continent, but you want to run down what is here on the Eastern continent for our viewers?
Yeah, over in the east, there's going to be 2 items that are in the overworld. One's on a desert tile. 1 out of 5 desert tiles available. You'll find an item. There's also a single water tile that you do need the boots to access the item. You have all your 4 towns, your 2 palaces, and an entrance to Maze Island, which contains 2 fall spots to 2 additional items out in the open, and always Palace 4. Oh, I forgot to mention Death Valley leading you to the Great Palace as well.
And there's also one of the towns, New Kasuto, has 2 items inside. One's locked behind a magic container requirement, and the other is locked behind a the spell, which Martin just picked up here in the old town of Kasuto. Yes.
Yep.
He dies to the invisible Moa. The spell will uncover a building in the last screen of New Kasuto for an item. But Martin's not going to find that right now. He gets wamboozled and he's going to end up back in the Northern Palace on the Western continent.
DH took that. I saw DH in Palace 3 second there. I don't know why he's refusing to go in.
Is that 6 again? No, it can't be. He
No,
doesn't have the raft.
I was paying attention. It's not 6. It was actually 3.
I saw 1 single water tile on the Western continent on the screen he was on.
Yeah, that made me think twice too. But
Yeah.
I remembered that Palace 6 is in a swamp.
And he never had he never got the raft out of
Well, now he's in 1. I don't know, what is he? He probably looking for a. I'm not sure why DH is refusing these.
Well, he's gonna cash
palaces.
in get downstab, cash in the Water of Life. He probably bailed into that palace.
Oh,
one
he
just
wanted
to,
yes, he wanted downstab before that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He bailed in just to reset the encounter, so he didn't have to take a 1 just before he got to the town, I guess. He'll get downstab. He'll cash in the Water of Life medicine and get the fire spell. When you jump, press downward to stab. Did you like the race this morning with the community hints?
Yes. I'm looking forward to more of that. What's is that just a miscellaneous setting on there?
It's actually in the first option, the first tab. It's it's hints
Just
community.
not-
Yeah.
Just not selected for your normal tournament seed.
All right, Martin's gonna go into 2. As DH gets the fire spell.
Yes, the highly coveted, most valuable spell, the fire spell.
One of the better community hints is jump into the lava for 20 rupees. As well as Bagu owes me 10 rupees or something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I would love to submit a list for Zelda 2 stuff.
Oh,
there we have.
Oh no.
The second attempt for somebody to try to pick up the pea bag with the fairy.
It's the
We haven't found a glitch yet. That's probably going to be the next thing to be discovered: how to pick up a pea bag with a fairy.
well, somebody needs to start playing with his feet.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You can pick up the pea bag if you're holding up and left while you pause and cast fire, then cast fairy. It's gonna be a thing. 30 years into the game and
That
people are
sounds
still
right.
finding new stuff. It's so crazy.
Yeah, and then two very helpful things within like a couple weeks of each other being discovered.
Yeah.
Let alone somebody discovering it with their feet, which is something that I don't believe, but we'll let those rumors float around. I found Bagu using my shoulder blades one time.
That's nice, Buzz. Martin grabs the key there. He's not going to opt to go back. I don't think this is not the way that DH went to get his key. Unless Martin went over the encounter and then went back. I don't think he did. I have everything marked wrong because of the other false race. I'm looking at the wrong screen. That's why. Never mind.
All right, Horsehead for DH.
Yep. They attack 4. Bring him down a little bit quicker than Martin did. Oh, there's the man. I feel like I should be talking very loud to Dig Shake and scraping toast with like a knife. How you feeling, Dig?
Scraping toast with a knife.
You know, that's a 90s sitcom trope where somebody has a hangover and someone's making breakfast like really loud. And they're like,
man,
"Can you stop?"
I haven't seen something with a horse head like that since my ex-wife.
Since Sex and the City was on the air.
I tell you that's going to be the most popular emote on all of everything.
What, the Sarah Jessica Parker head?
No, the Norman Chad.
Oh.
Even though nobody knows who it is.
I had to explain the lore of Norman Chad the other day, and I set it up like it was this big story. And I was just like, yeah, he commentates World Series of Poker on ESPN.
Yeah.
And? And he makes ex-wife jokes. Oh, that's where Buzz gets it from. Yep.
It's basically an homage.
Grind for a little bonus XP here. Both players are seem to be fighting things here and there. As Martin finds his way to Helmet Head. Chokebot is offline during the professional broadcast dig. It will be returning soon, though. Don't worry. Speaking of Dig Shake, there's a Stalfos. And DH takes a death there. 1 life left.
Yes, Dig Shake that he says that he likes the Stalfos in the wall, so he's not going to fix it. But I'm just convinced that he doesn't know how.
Well, he is a Stalfos. He's going as a human, though, in Halloween, during Halloween.
Oh, interesting.
Well, he's on his last life here. Is he gonna... No, he's gonna go back the other way. I was gonna say, is he gonna tempt his fate by trying to beat that blue nut knuckle and grab that key on his last life? Remember, he also lost 700 and something XP. Excuse me, earlier.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Martin doesn't have enough magic to cast Fairy, and it's pixel perfect jumps if you want to do it without the aid of Fairy or Jump in that encounter in Palace 2. In that room in Palace 2, I should say. And we're gonna have the raft for DH here if he gets through this last Stalfos, and he does. Gets a pea bag too. Grabs the raft.
Wow. Same pea bag, same spot. That's interesting.
We had that earlier. Remember with
yeah, they both got the same red jar from the same enemy.
Yeah.
I guess that's not terribly rare because you enter a dungeon and follow the same path that the other person does. You're going to run into the same amount of enemies, so it's basically a 50% chance that happens. It seemed more rare to me until I just thought about it.
Well, we don't see everybody taking the exact same path, and some people skip certain enemies. You can down stab over a rope, hit it once, and then just keep bypassing it. The next person may kill it. I mean, that's a small enemy, and we're talking about a large enemy drop as well. But, Simple was killing Blue Nut Knuckles, and Vanki might have been jumping over him, but they'd still arrived at the same counter.
So we have a tie on gems now?
Yep, we do. 2 apiece. They both simultaneously placed the gem in the palace. So of the stuff in the Western continent, excluding Death Mountain, the continental Western continent, we're just missing Magic Container Cave for Martin, who didn't get the Magic Container out of it. And then there's Death Mountain. We don't know what either item is there. And we don't know any of the items on the Eastern continent.
Yeah, well, one of the trophy has to be in Death Mountain because we haven't seen the Rudo spell.
Are we killing these things 2 at a time until we get up to 1890? Or are we trying to find a jar here for fairy?
Yeah, for life apparently.
For life, okay. There you go.
I don't know. So he didn't place the gem?
He didn't. He's still backtracking to I don't know. Now he might be on his way back to place the gem.
Okay, so he wanted to get over the threshold and catch life. So because he might be on his last life, that would make sense.
He definitely is on his last life. That's when he found the key room, but then he found the item after that. So now he's back on his way to place the gem.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure he survives and doesn't lose all of his experience again.
Oh, get up there. Okay, you got up there. That was a little bit of a moment there.
Yeah, nothing to worry about now. Attack 5 guaranteed.
I didn't want to see him die there.
I didn't want to see him be out of keys there.
That was early meta. Don't be afraid to take that key and go open the item room and come back later. But they had fairy. Well, he doesn't have magic for it, so never mind. Attack 5. Now we're tied. 2 gems apiece. Martin's gonna grind here.
Head right there. So yeah, we're gonna be neck and neck right here once DH hits to Palace 3. He just has a little bit of the edge on the attack level and magic level.
Martin's getting the little bit of a head start now with that nut knuckle. I'm not sure that ultimately mattered unless Rebo's going to be 2 rooms away. Rebo's going to give you minimum 150, just like that nut knuckle did. And you're going to kill a few things along the way. So it looked like he killed 2 of them. I don't know why he killed 2 and then just stopped. It looked like he was going to grab Magic 3 or something, but also could be setting himself up to take Magic 3 in case he has the fairy. It could be a little bit of a strategic thing. Absolutely, I can fix that. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. Stretch it a little bit because that's 1:1 ratio. There we go. And then Martin is a little bit off to the side as well.
Perfect.
Yep. That's the whole trying to crop it on the start screen, the character select screen, and
very
then
fast.
Misjudging it. Thank you very much for that, M-Pain. I appreciate it. Very fast, Rebo. So now his decision to take those nut knuckles in the beginning is not really that much of a topic of topic of conversation.
Not bad there. Martin sure does have a knack for fighting that boss.
Martin plays this game with a little bit of a drinking game mentality. It's you enter and exit a screen take a sip of the Tolkien.
Yeah, for me, it's usually you have to wait till you're in a town or something like that.
Marking on the right side. Items unknown, but they have the boots, they have the raft, they have the glove. Do we really care?
I don't really think you spend any time. I think, yeah, we should be tied. And I hope that both runners just head east.
And for those wondering, Martin is probably in the kitchen now going to the bathroom. And he'll be back in just a couple seconds to take his attack 5. As he gets virtually passed because of the bathroom use.
Wow.
By DH. I think this is the first bio break where somebody has been passed.
Bedpan is always a solid investment.
Place the gem here. He'll take attack 6. And we are...
Oh, he's going back in. He's looking for the item.
Gotta question what he's exactly looking for here. Magic key, hammer, horn, cross, heart containers, magic containers. What would you really... Magic key would be great. Hammer would be good. Flute's kind of like, if you stumble upon it and it's useful, is kind of okay. But more times than not, it's...
Yeah, the odds are low enough that, you know, just advance. If you need to come back later, that's fine. Because,
well, we found it.
Because you haven't really explored any of it, so I don't know. Yeah. And there it is.
Magic container.
But, DH is doing the same thing, too. I think he wants to get attack 7, though. Did he put the gem in?
I believe he put a gem in because he's attack 6
never mind,
now.
He did. So he's just... He's doing the same thing, then.
Curious there. I mean, again, magic key would have been great. Hammer would have been okay in case you needed to go back and look for the trophy.
Yeah, they both did it. Just
Martin may think he has the trophy anyway, and I have to get that in because we're going to clip out the first part of this when we highlight the video. So,
but very close race. We are almost dead even.
Martin takes
short of a couple levels that DH had.
Martin takes the raft, so he's gonna take a drink.
He's going up to 6, which we know is 6 now.
This is where 6 was in the swamp.
It's in that swamp area. Unless I'm wrong, and I'm always wrong.
It could be a different swamp. It's.
It was. I think it was the swamp directly east, but he went northeast.
There's Brock Lesnar phallic symbol tattoo desert. So what are we doing here on DH's side? Are we looking for the raft spot? Has he not stumbled upon it yet during the course of gameplay?
That would have to be it. I want to see what else he would be doing.
He has everything here. The only thing he could possibly do is go to Death Mountain. Probably not going to do that.
But he's going the right way.
We found neither of the required spells. The kid's going to be easily gettable.
Key?
What's that?
Was that a key? I think that was the key.
Oh, is that the water tile? I'm sorry. I was looking at my list to see what possible things we were still missing. The key? Okay. I'll go with it. I believe that answer was yes. We can make palaces appear on Death Mountain. And he can do some sinister things to the game.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
I'm looking forward to like the endless room. See, no flags, no overworld. It's just you go left or right out of the Northern Palace, and it just brings you into a town or another palace, or an encounter.
All palaces and towns are connected.
All palaces, towns, and like item areas.
Caves.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have to be careful because all the item caves are one way, so you got to find a nice way to branch them out. Actually, the items are basically useless if you do that. The key is good, but you know you don't need the raft, you don't need the boots, you don't need the flute or the hammer. You would just need the glove and the key, and possibly the cross.
Probably a little experience too.
Well, the candle, I guess. Since it will probably, you know, maybe throw in some pass-through caves and stuff like that.
That sounds like that sounds pretty great.
Sounds fun. I don't know why I'm reminded of like Fact Xanadu when I hear that.
I like the idea that Palace's, like the entrance to Palace 6 could be, you know, like Error's door.
Yeah.
Door to Error's house. Or to Bagu's house. Trophy required to get into Palace 5.
Well, I did want to see the items for the magic shuffled as well. So if you have the trophy, you don't know immediately where you need to go. You have to kind of... I always like the premise, and pure speedrunners, I'm not one of them, don't like this premise because it slows things down. But I like the premise of having to figure stuff out through an NPC, a random NPC, or you know, talking. You don't have the trophy in Martintown, but you're gonna have to talk to the trophy lady anyway to figure out what the item would be that you need. So, jump. Was that Thirsty Broad? It certainly was. Maze Island. This is our first official look into Maze Island.
Pardon me for one moment.
DH is hoping to find the 2 items relatively quickly on his way to Palace 4. We don't have Reflect, though. There's a chance that he can find the kid here, find Darunia, turn it in for Reflect. DH has not found any of the spells on this side, if I'm not mistaken. I could have missed one, though. Some players opt not to do this unless they have Reflect. But then that just means a little bit of longer seed because they might find the kid that gets them to Reflect. 100 for that Listalfos, and there is said kid in the Kid Cave of Maze Island. Martin's in 5. Looks like he's going through. Boots makes Maze Island. Boots and a nice river inside makes Maze Island that much better. Little level 3 Zelda dungeon symbol that the path around Palace 4 makes. I think it's called the Magi. It's a symbol of luck. Martin looks for the red jar. It's not in this one. And DH is going to go into 4 and go out all other paths, trying to find that second item. And it is the hammer. So Hammer and the kid are on Maze Island. Hammer is only useful in this seed to smash Spectacle Rock. And having no Reflect spell, DH is going to get out of town. Try to Fairy Feed, he misses it. And now he's forced to run through this encounter. As Martin backtracks here in 5, must have found a dead end. And he's leaving. Nope, he's not leaving. That was a similar room from the starting room. Complete with Guma on top and all. Goes for the jar. No jar there. Hammer and the Kid sounds like a really cool, like, 80s rap band. DH leaves Maze Island. He's going to walk around a bit. He's going to look for some towns. Martin's in the dead-end room, recognizes it being a dead-end room, and leaves. Of course, find a dead-end room, and you're required to drink in the Martin drinking game. He takes a sip. Spell coming up for DH here in the abandoned town of Kasuto. Talk to the old man. He'll remember the magic word. And now if he finds New Kasuto, he will be able to cast it. It costs 80. It's 5 magic containers. Eco key room for Martin. He won't grab the key because he has the magic key. But he'll leave this room to the left. 80s sitcom Hammer and coming up on Hammer and the Kid.
Hammer and the Kid, I like it.
Yeah, it's a 80s sitcom. That's a great one. Or a detective show. Well, that was the exit, was it not? DH has the flute, so he'll be able to get back into...
What about Everybody Loves Bagoo?
No, because people don't. Another town for DH on the Eastern Continent, and the jump spell. And now we're down to 3 towns that we have not seen the item for. And a highly good chance that one of them is going to be in Rudo. 1 in 3 chance that the item will be in Rudo. That will require our players to go into Death Mountain.
Oh, so Hidden Kasuto was jump?
Spell. Hidden...
Isn't that regular Kasuto?
Yeah, oh no, we weren't in New Kasuto. We were in the abandoned town of Kasuto.
Right, okay, so we haven't even seen New Kasuto.
And then,
sorry.
And then jump is on Nubaru, so... I've been corrected. It's not Nubaru. It's Thirsty Broad Town.
It is Thirsty Broad.
Yeah. Glad we're comfortable enough to say that on the restreams now. And I don't have
yeah, we were a little apprehensive at first because we didn't know how PG we were supposed to be.
Yeah. Then I listened to Dick Shake and Martin pretty much drop drunken F-bombs all day. So.
Oh, really? They did that on the stream?
No, they didn't really do that. They let a couple out, but they weren't doing it.
Well, I would love to do one of those.
Here's 5 for DH. What is he going to do? Up A, get your lives back. Good idea. And now he's going to join the search. I like that room. That room right that DH is in right now. How much do these guys get? 50? This is a nice XP room just in case. Like you had an early Guma and you had to jump over the gem for a level. Just jump over the gem, re-enter the palace right into that room. Nice 4 easily killable large enemies. And speaking of Guma...
yeah, we have the real Guma, the 2 O's Guma, not the U Guma.
Gumma. I don't really like saying Gumma, though.
Yeah, we could say Gumma.
He started with 1 bar of health down, so he's not going to be one of those high tolerance to pain Gumas. Martin does take a death. He's got 2 more. In case you're wondering and joined us late, Frank is the dog that Martin is babysitting. Or dog sitting, I guess I should say. Every time the dog barks, Martin takes a drink. The rules of the Martin drinking game are complicated, Buzz. I don't know if you
I think you have to drink every time you stab your sword.
But Guma down. He's in position for attack 6. There's going to be no backtracking, no hesitation whatsoever. He's going to place this gem. This is a nice gem to place. 5.
Giving Martin a periodic 1 gem lead.
trying to look at my notes here. I don't know if we've seen the item in 5. And I'm trying to look at
just Guma as far as I've seen.
Yeah, Martin has 2 magic containers. He picked them up in the grass spot and in Palace 3. I do not believe we've seen the item in 5. Not that it ultimately matters. We know it can be the cross magic container or heart container at this point, but depending on the player, neither of them knows that. We do have that situation where the trophy may be required. And Martin may think thinks he has it now because we gave him a complex. And we may see him go to cash it in first before he goes looking for it.
You know, notoriety, being known for something negative in this game is actually a good thing because it helps you. You learn.
The Wilson Alphos, they were not kind to Martin there. They were just
Wilson Alphos.
Yeah, they were just pasting him with the rocks.
I always loved the cinematography of the scenes where they were at Wilson's house, and there would be like 20 different camera angles, and he had to be in the right position so that his face would still be covered.
Or when they did the curtain call after a season, and he'd come out with something covering his face, like a little sign of a little picket fence sign in front of his face.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Guma, nice and quick Guma here. Nice time save in this palace if we want to compare his time in this Palace 5 to Martin's.
I don't know if he casted that. That's interesting. I've never seen anybody cast Jump Spell to fight Guma before. It seems like a decent strategy because you're gonna get out of that hitbox range almost. It looks like it's a guarantee.
I feel like it's happened once before, but it might have been DH. Martin enters the town of New Casuto and takes a drink. Was it 7 magic containers?
I don't know. Oh, it's a shield spell.
Uh-oh. Trophy required.
We need the trophy and we need the kid. And we
have the kid. Kid was in Maze Island.
Maze Island?
Yeah, kid's in Maze Island. Kid's very easy to get because they have the boots. They just have to, they have everything required to get the kid. So where is Shield?
So we do need a trophy then. So we have to go into Death Mountain. I'm sure Martin's very happy about having to go get the trophy.
Palace 5 down for DH. Don't tell Martin. I don't think we're at liberty to pass information to any of these runners, but certainly wouldn't tell him he needs a trophy. There again, I missed it. It must have been 7 magic containers. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's still Martin. He's just going to run to the end of the board. Why not?
Yeah, that was a interesting maneuver through New Casuto.
That's the read chat or something maneuver right there. Like in this town, when you go to get the spell, you just hold right instead of going into the chimney. And, you're talking to chat. Next thing you look up and you're walking right into the wall because you think you're going to walk into the next screen. Heart container. There. Twilight Princess has, like, the worst music ever.
Was that the soundtrack you put on?
Oh, God, it's awful. Everyone uses Ocarina of Time, so.
I don't think I used that one yet.
Isn't that the one you used? Majora's Mask. I'm sorry, everyone using Majora's Mask, so.
I think I may have started that trend.
Actually, no, I think the Final Fantasy 1 streams were using that. I normally do I'm sorry, I'm not Final Fantasy 1, the Legend of Zelda 1. Get a little down stab right into the lava there. I hate that.
Yeah, Zelda 1's fine, but it's only like 20 minutes long.
Yeah. No, I normally use Final Fantasy 11. That's where I got tripped up with my words. But because I like the soundtrack, I like listening to it in the background. It makes me feel good, nostalgic. And plus, I feel like any other Zelda music just doesn't line up with this game. Are you like this too? Can you hear like the Zelda 2 music in your head when you're playing these? Like when they go into an encounter, you hear the encounter noise, and then
No.
Oh, okay. There's the
No,
flute
no.
for
I have
Martin.
Naked by Talking Heads playing in the background right now. I would suggest you to put that on.
Listen, if I had 3 choices to guess what band you were listening to, I'd probably be right every single time.
Well, I don't have a lot on my computer, so
I have a David Byrne song on my computer. I think it came with Windows 98.
interesting.
Remember Weezer?
Which track?
Weezer Buddy Holly video was on the Windows 95 CD.
I do remember that. There was also that game called Hover. Yeah, that's a good video. So that's a great album too. I don't know.
Please try the fish.
I was in a Weezer cover band for like 2 years. I'm not joking.
It's I'm still laughing. All right, what we got going on here? We hunting for the item in 5? Or is this is 5? Yeah. He beat Guma and he's hunting for the item.
Yeah, this might be the all-in moment, the Jack Link's beef jerky all-in moment for DH here. Putting a lot of value into this is going to cost him a lot of time.
And with only missing the cross and the magic key.
Yeah, there's not really a big payoff to be found, and we know the magic key's in the water tile, so I don't know. Maybe his confidence is I need. Yeah, that's good for his sake, but he might just really want heart containers, I guess. But I mean,
no, I mean magic key.
Sometimes you just can't get him.
Magic key, and if he stumbles upon a dead end, well, I don't know if the right dead end's in 5 because it's only it's Guma, it's the dead end with nothing, and it's the item, right? Is there a key dead end in 5? I'll have to.
Going left, yeah, there.
Going right, going right. I would have to double check that on my notes. But if you stumble upon a key along the way, it's cool. If you get the magic key, it's cool. But he up-aid. So. In 5, there's a dead end with nothing. Another dead end with nothing. The item's to the left, actually. That's my bad. The boss.
Is there an option to mix rooms within palaces?
I think that's coming. I don't think it's here yet.
That is going to be... Yeah, that's going to be fun. Just when I get used to being able to place together, like it's crazy now how if I play Palace 1, I'd be like, okay, I know that there's 2 more rooms left.
Yeah.
That's the only one you can really do it with.
Do you know what's going on here, Martin? With Martin, he's looking for the magic container cave that he never picked up, in hopes that he doesn't have to go into Death Mountain. Well, he's going to Death Mountain anyway. Spectacle Rock was right there. He can just walk up to Spectacle Rock right now and bash it, if he wanted to.
Was the hammer in the maze?
Hammer was in the maze. Hammer and the kid.
Okay. Those were the 2 items I missed.
So you even see
I hardly
it.
know her in the kid.
Does that blend in nicely on that corner where you can miss it? I mean, it looks fairly obvious to me.
He just didn't see. Yeah, I saw it right away, and he's walking around it.
He walked right by it, right by that area.
Unless he already dropped down there and we didn't see it. Oh, that would be very unfortunate.
Well, he walked a great deal to get to Death Mountain after he found Trophy Cave. I don't think he sees it. He up-A's. He did not smash Spectacle Rock. If that is the trophy, Buzz, now I think you have your Milwaukee's Best Light all-in moment.
Yeah, definitely. That would be the.
He did not get Hammer, as far as you know. Oh, that is actually true. You're right. I was looking at the boots when I glanced up really quick. Hammer is in Maze Island. He did not go into Maze Island.
Oh.
So there you go. There's the reason. No, that is right. Good look. That's the disadvantage of having the tracker on a monitor that I can't readily see. So I apologize to Martin and his family for calling him out on that. I will apologize in person as well when we talk to him. He found the kid but never got the hammer.
That's another interesting decision when you kind of
I missed him getting the kid.
think you have everything in Maze Island. I always like to get both items in Maze Island because it's usually, it doesn't take a terribly long time.
And both players had the boots at the time, so as soon as you get to the river, it's even less encounters you have to go through because you can go around most of them.
Yeah, I've only had it one time where there was like an encounter and 2 tiles, in a dead end, and made you turn around and go and search the entire rest of it, and then realize you have to go through that encounter because it's one of those last 2 tiles. Well, that's rare that happens.
Hammer is in Maze Island, Funky. DH picked it up. So Martin's going to press on here looking for the Hammer Cave. And we have the Repo fight in Palace 6 for DH. I just blew up M Pain Train's spot betting Vonky about the hammer. I apologize. So,
ooh, Barba sighting.
Yeah, look at that. Pretty straightforward 6, then. So for Morton, the Hammer Spot, Spectacle Rock, and Magic Container Cave, he's only picked up 2 Magic Containers, and I have him picking them up in the Grass Tile and the Palace 3. So that's still an unknown to him. And there wasn't anything blocked by a boulder because DH picked everything up without the use of the hammer, as Correct. He gets killed by Barba.
He gets what?
I'm sorry. Well, he got killed. Defeated. It's not game over. I can't say that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My mistake.
I don't need to correct you on your stuff, do I?
I'm just getting ahead of myself. I've just got a Lon McCarran mindset right now.
Couple hits at attack 7. Barba's health still hasn't moved yet. There it goes. I think that was the 3rd hit. Finally got the 1 bar down. Looks like it's like 1.5 hits per bar.
That looks like 2 tall boys down in an hour.
Oh, I don't think you're giving him enough credit. He might have slammed one on the way to the kitchen bathroom.
Hey, whatever you're into, man. Sometimes that helps your focus. Yeah, that's very costly for him to bypass the hammer spot. Or the spot to find the hammer is what I meant.
It was pretty deep in, and he didn't have Reflect, so he got the early kid, probably went to the first encounter, and then turned right around and said, hey, I don't have Reflect. Maybe I don't go into here a little bit any deeper. We're going to take the gem, and we're going to jump here. I hate this jump with jump spell, and he makes it. He lands it. We're going to let this thing count up, and we're going to spread it. We're going to distribute it among magic and life, and forego attack 8. So the attack 9 dream's over.
So he's looking for the item in 6 now?
Well, I don't know why.
It's like the same thing he did after 5. Like, walked around, but then gave up and left. And now he's doing the same kind of thing. And he's leaving 2200 up there instead of just taking those life levels.
Yeah, I'm not too sure of this situation either. I don't know what DH is. He's actually probably hoping for heart containers.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's got to be it. But I mean, to the extent where he didn't even, he just kind of ran off. Well, hopefully for Martin here, we find the trophy. Otherwise, he's going to have a long walk back to Maze Island, and then all the way.
If he immediately goes to Maze Island, he might go to might start really searching for Magic Container Cave, which didn't look like it was that hard to find, but
yeah, that was so long ago. I can't believe it.
DH found it in relatively quick, I believe.
It's probably a heart container here. Oh, it is the trophy. Lucky for Martin. That probably won him the race right there.
As long as you remember, he has it now.
That's correct.
It's not going to get old, especially since I wasn't even involved in the original conversation.
So, I was convinced that you were part of that race.
No, I was a part of the like third telling of the story, but I haven't let it go yet.
Remember when you thought that blue levers dropped bombs?
Do you remember when I thought that the cross actually opened up the Great Palace?
I do remember that.
That one was actually true. The other one was not true that you said.
Did he just take a shot?
He has a small glass and a tall can around.
He knows what he's doing.
Did you see the power chug when he took the when he grabbed the trophy? His eyes were bugging out of his head when he was like, it was great. Let's turn in the trophy. We're gonna get Thunder or Reflect, and it is Thunder. So now we have to go find. Now he's got to go back to Maze Island and find the kid, turn right back around, and cash in. I don't.
Wow.
I want to say I don't believe we saw Darunia, but Martin got upstab, so we know where Darunia is. It was the first thing when we thought he was in Palace 3, and he was actually in Palace 6.
Yeah, DH is in there right now.
Yeah. Get the upstab. He's going to turn into the kid, and we know this is going to be Reflect. See if I marked that right. I did. And here it comes. It's going to be Reflect.
That's a good spell to have.
Yeah, well, listen, it's the spell he needs. He can fast track at that 6th gem, but now he has to go into Death Mountain as well. So what order is he going to do it in? How close was Darunia? I'd probably do Darunia, get Reflect here, like he just did, and then go to Maze Island. And then do Death Mountain right after that.
Yeah, I'd say you're already in the east. If you know where 7 is, take care of everything else. Up A back to Death Mountain, and then you can just make a beeline for the Great Palace.
And 7's right there, right underneath Palace 6. So here comes Darunia for Martin. And I misspoke before. He did have the key. The kid. Kill that guy for a quick 100 experience. Walk back out, no big deal. Martin already got the upstabs, so. Interesting that that DH never found that water tile.
Yeah, I guess he just
It's a,
so
you know,
by the northern coast, just never found it.
a little difference between finding everything you want, like right away, and not needing to explore as much as you need to. You know, you can miss that. We're going to take the not Canadian hole jump right there. Because now I know what that actually means. Dead end for DH. Gonna go back. And in the Palace 6 time for Martin. Might as well. It's right there by Darunia.
Yeah, we'll see if he takes a similar pass that DH did, because it was pretty quick Barbafon.
So our paths right now is Martin has to do 6, then go to 4, and then can go right to the Great Palace, while DH has to do 4, go to Death Mountain, go to Daruni, go to Rudo, and then go to the Great Palace. This concerns me if I'm DH, the fact that he only has 4 heart containers. I mean, I know I'd be bugging out right now. I'd probably find my way to New Kasuto, but then again, that's a huge time sink in a race.
Yeah, I mean, he's already spent a little time looking around for it, but hopefully he just is going to get over the threshold and then just pour everything into life and then, I mean, deal with it. But I mean, it's not fun. Great Palace with 4 heart containers, but I mean, DH seems like, you know, he's a solid player.
Oh yeah, everyone in the tournament.
You can get by.
Martin has a full spell book, but DH is missing Shield and Thunder. Free key, right there. We don't have an enemy on top of it. It's always nice.
Yeah, that's I've tried multiple times where you have an iron knuckle there. You can only like damage him 1 out of 20 times with a down stab. I don't know the secret to doing that, so
I think you gotta get.
I don't even try anymore.
You gotta get above the shield, I believe, but with spell or thunder makes it a little bit easier. But certainly, if nothing's there, as Carrick is, it's a pretty quick Carrick fight. And Carrick,
yeah,
the damage for Carrick is consistent. It doesn't matter what your attack is. He hit him a great deal. It was pretty quick.
And unfortunately, 14 short of getting over that threshold, so he should just get a little bit more experience here, cash in that gem, dump everything into life, and then head to Death Mountain.
100% use your keys because you don't need to.
I'd grab this key and then go, but he's still going. I think it's the same thing where he's gonna maybe try to look for a little bit and then give up like he did last time.
He's gonna look for the heart container, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's what he did in all of them.
Barber fight. Well, when he first started doing it initially, it could have been key, heart container, anything I can get is helpful. Now it's like, well, if it's not the heart container, then it's not what he's looking for.
But I don't know if he's going back now because it's looks like he's going back to cash it in.
Do you find he's gonna grab the key, so he might be going a different way because there's no need to grab that key. Well, he might have spent his last key on that door. Oh no, he went to the gem though, right? Did he open the gem door? No, he didn't. Yeah, I saw him beat Carrick, and I kind of went to Martin's screen, who just defeated Barba. And I don't know how many keys he has because the key HUD should be on top, not hidden in the menu. See what happens here. If that was indeed his last key, he'll need magic to ferry through. Is Palace 6.
And if
I didn't see, he just paused it when I was trying to mark Palace 6 for Martin. Well, he's not going for keys, and there's 2 spots where he can get keys now, so that doesn't seem to be a concern.
I think he's probably just going to do what he did in the other 2 palaces. He looked around for a while and then decided, well, it's not worth my time. I'm just going to give up and go cash it in. I mean, that's at least 5 minutes so he could have gotten back because he never really accomplished anything.
And with Martin hot behind him, only needing Palace 4 now, while DH needs Palace 4. Well, he needs to place the gem and go to Death Mountain and find Hammer Cave and do all those things. So
yeah, very interesting that DH did that for 3 different dungeons.
I was right. He used his last key, but he does have a refill. He must have got a red jar somewhere since last I looked. But there is 4, so all palaces done by DH. 4 heart containers. Magic level 4, now 5. Now 6, and he can 60 away from squeezing out the limit break strats, Cloud Strife limit break strats of 7.
It'd be nice to have Thunder to cast and kill that Moa.
Yeah, upstab.
Oh, he can just upstab him 1 hit.
Yeah,
nice.
1 hit. There it is.
All right, up A and go to Death Mountain.
Walk out of the palace and up A first. There you go. You're gonna walk out. Are we gonna go? Are we
Now
gonna
we
look
have
for
Martin
Nukusudo
looking for the
first,
other-
just to
Sorry.
see if he needs to go to Death Mountain?
Martin was just looking for the other item before going into 4.
Yeah, maybe himself. He wants another heart container.
Wow.
It was just a quick walk around there. I believe that DH is going to take a 50-50 choice here and do the easier of the paths and find Nukusudo, hoping that Thunder's there, and he's not going to have to waste his time in Death Mountain. Because certainly,
Okay,
imagine
I
you
didn't
waste your
realize-
time.
I didn't realize that he didn't know. Oh, he's gonna be happy to find his heart container.
This is the key.
That's what I said. The key.
Yeah, imagine he didn't check.
He's gonna be angry to find this key.
I guess.
That's the genius of Randomizer, though. It kicks you when you're down.
Absolutely. I know about getting keys late. Trust me. Getting the magic key late. Yeah, find Nukusudo. It might be the free item, and then, you know, because if you go to Death Mountain, do all that time in Death Mountain, and then find out it's not, the trophy led you to Shield, and you could have just walked into Nukusudo and had Thunder all along. It's probably the easier of the options to do. It's the wrong option that we know, but it's probably the easier of the two options right now. Martin's finding all the dead ends in 4.
Heidi ho.
Yeah, we're gonna cross this encounter. The other day, I'm like, if I go up here, can they throw them up? And then I got hit with like 4 in a row. I'm like, all right, they can throw up. That's fine.
Yeah, don't go up there.
Yeah. I think Simple kind of rides the line of the top of the fence, and it's like minimal damage, or he just doesn't care because he just wants to. This is all keys, by the way. Heart container in 4. Anything kind of happened in Great Palace, and let's not forget the wonderful Vonky flags before earlier race, where Great Palace was not shortened like it is here, and it was like 2.5 rooms. Great Palace, I believe. 7 magic container requirements, so this is the first we're going to see of this item.
That was one of the easier Great Palaces I've seen, and I always play the shortened version.
A nice little comment in DH's chat: "Stab that old woman in the face, teach her her place." So shout out to that guy. Magic container. 8th magic container when you wanted a heart container. You found the key and the magic container when you wanted 2 heart containers. It's gotta feel rough.
He's got life spell though, so now he can cast probably 3 life spells at least.
Well, now here's the kick in the, here's really the kick in the in
this
jewels.
is it.
He's gonna find out it's shield.
But I mean, again, I just cast it. When you have that much magic, he can cast the shield spell on pretty much every screen going through Great Palace.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not the fact that he's getting shield here and he's not going to use it. And
right,
it's the
yeah,
fact
just the fact that
he has to go to Death Mountain.
That he knows he has to go back.
Martin is 723. Phone's ringing, dude. And here's the heart container that DH desperately wants. Maybe not desperately, but certainly would want. There it is. There's the up A, and here is the trip to Death Mountain while Martin comes and plays the gem.
Yeah, it looked like DH had quite a lead there for a while, but now Martin just has to go to Great Palace.
Martin looks like he's tweaking a little bit. He's very nervous as the clock strikes 1 hour and 20 minutes into this race. And 1 hour and 20 minutes into the race means a swig of the tall can. Get the count up. Let's see how far we go here. Let's see if Pain Train is on the right path here with 766. I always like to sneak a peek of how much Thunder, Shield, Reflect cost, and be like, all right, well, if I can cast them all comfortably like right now, I'm just going to stack life. All at the same time.
That's a new method I try to do now, because it's like, yeah. Also, I'm not really good with jars and things like that, so I don't cast a ton of spells. So it's better for me to just have more life and try to hang on to that than it is to...
Yeah. 757, there is the Heart Container and Spectacle Rock. So really quickly, I know he found the key and the... And I gotta mark that. The key and the... whatever, the magic container, but he found 2 heart containers as well. He would have loved to found the trophy there, though, but the extra heart container can go a long way to not game overing in Great Palace once you get there, not knowing where Martin is or if you're even getting there first. And it was
he's in much better shape to take it on. He just needs to get there at a similar time to Martin, or not that much farther behind him.
The only difference is the magic levels right now, and what you can or can't cast when you're at what you can or can't cast when you're at Thunderbird. Martin doesn't have them all the magic containers though, and DH has all 8. Martin's missing 2. He's missing the one from the grass spot and the one from New Kasuto. Behind 7 spells. Short trip. Is there going to be an encounter? There's one encounter. Very easy to do. He's going to try to fairy feed. He misses. I mean, with one encounter, I might have just Bo Jackson this. And now he's going to jump into lava. He's going to try it again. Hammer Cave. DH found it very fast compared to Martin's method of exploring.
Yeah, pretty good here. It seems like getting into Great Palace. Martin's probably only going to have about a 2-minute head start. I'd wager right now.
2-minute head start, and that first wrong turn that brings you to a 1-up maybe, and an up A, and we're back even. If not, DH is a screen ahead, and the fact that we're going to go to the kitchen and take a bathroom break here.
I think he's feeling very sporting today, so he's like, well, I know he's not there yet. Let's let him catch up.
Yeah, Martin is he just went BRB bio. For those who don't know, I think that's the way the Europeans say they want to take a bathroom break.
I can't stress enough how much racers could utilize a bedpan.
A Gatorade bottle or something.
Well, he has his girlfriend there too.
Well, I don't know what that means, Buzz. I don't.
Could mean whatever.
But here we go. He's back, and he's got another tall can. He's going to polish that one off. Look at that. See the way his eyes bug out when he drinks that. And we're going to go down. Great Palace. Shortened. It's a honeycomb room to start, Buzz.
That's right.
It's the one with the chicken in the middle. Chicken in a basket. And chat is concerned for Martin's health, taking that many pee breaks.
Well, that's what I thought. He was just going to get another cocktail, and that's why I was mentioning his girlfriend being there.
We're gonna go right here after the honeycomb room and have the option to go down. There is a red jar in this room. Certainly too early to utilize it, and I have my rooms messed up. I'm sorry. That is just a regular pass-through room that has a ceiling above that you can drop down from, and let it be known that you can find that drop in that screen that he was just in, the EON room, or behind Thunderbird, and it can bring him right back to the beginning.
Nice foresight to have Fairy queued up there. That was very well done.
Absolutely, that's the most ridiculous of encounters in this area. Here's the inverted T room. We'll go right. Base right.
Dead end.
It is a dead end, so we'll go left. These are the worst. These spicy chickens in those areas when you just want to really jump over them. But he managed.
Yeah, I haven't found a good way to get by those guys. They just like to spray fire all over absolutely everything. Bunch of jerks.
So he does have an option behind him in that the drop in the EON room. So we'll go up and we'll go right here. And of course this exists on the same plane as the other floor, so I have to make a note and move my map over a little bit. And it's a dead end, so we're gonna have to drop in the EON room. He's gonna up A. It's only 3 rooms away.
Yeah, unfortunately DH is probably gonna take that same path, even though he just got there. So I was almost correct with my prediction. 2 minutes and 20 seconds behind is DH entering the Great Palace. So let's hope that he takes the first drop, because then we'll be at a dead heat.
They are in the same room. And did we really even think this was going to happen 5, 10, 15 minutes ago? In fact, do we even think Martin was going to be in there first? At one point?
It looked like DH had a huge head start.
Yeah. Martin gets out of the honeycomb room first. He's got to pass through this encounter. And again, remember, this is a room that players can drop into. It won't be the drop from the EON room because there's no other paths elsewhere. So therefore, that means there's no other rooms to explore. But after Thunderbird, if they take a drop, they can wind up in that room. And that can cost players if they decide to take a risky gamble. We'll go down. And we can't go right here, so we'll go left.
And as predicted, DH is going to take the same path, so that 2 minutes 20 second lead is still viable.
And by the way, I'm banning that guy because he's a piece of shit. So we got another drop on Martin's. That's the. I missed the room, but there's the dead end room, so he'll go back left. And he'll probably explore left here before taking the drop and wind up in the same dead end and possibly up A. So there was another drop somewhere.
It's going to be identical.
T, we go this way. He's going to get the jar and he's going to lead down into the fairy room. You can go left here if he wants, but then there are 2 options down here. So there are plenty of options right now to take. It's opened up,
and he
but
takes the right one.
But T-Bird, now let's also preface this like I always do. Since there are 2 options behind Martin right now, there's a chance that those go on forever and take out all the rooms in rotation, and Dark Link could be next door. See how
really hard to tell. They could also lead to quick dead ends as well. So
yeah,
you never know.
DH does up A. He'll refresh. It is certainly quicker to get to the EON room from there than it is to backtrack. In fact, yes, it is. One more hit for Martin. T-Bird down. Let's see what's in this next room. Again, it could be Dark Link, or those other 2 rooms can kind of loop around into themselves in only a couple screens, and we could have the rest of the palace ahead of us. Here's another room you can drop down into. Take this all the way. We'll go down. Spicy chicken. I never like this. Handled like a pro. We'll go down. Inverted T, left and right. So left.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. So I was going to say left is our only option so far, but we're at the Dark Link fight, so.
Yeah, pretty straightforward Great Palace. I mean, taking the right turns, you're forced to go to that dead end and start over, and then taking this drop here, it's pretty much going to force you right to Thunderbird and then right to Dark Link. So there's not really a ton of different options you could do unless you were going to be crazy and take one of those weird left turns.
Yeah, and for a time there, a lot of people were talking, if you feel like you're behind, go left. And I still don't buy into that because, you know, same reason don't take staircases in level 9 in Zelda Randomizer.
Hello, boys!
Hello.
Hello. Wasting
What's
no
with the
time.
spoiler where you're jumping onto chat before we see you fight Darklink?
What?
No, we just saw you beat him, and you're in there. By the way, congratulations for winning 2 races today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The first one was real iffy.
Let's just say that. Let's acknowledge this first. Very nice of you. Very gentlemanly like. To then offer the rematch with no hesitation whatsoever. It's the first thing you said before you even approached with the option.
I don't want to win like that. That's no fun. Even though I thought I was going to lose this race against DH because he is a very worthy opponent. Yeah, that's not how I want to win.
It was the fact, let's get the joke out of the way first. It was the fact that you acknowledged you didn't have the trophy and then went to go look for the trophy that won you the race.
Oh, it actually was?
Yeah, well, because DH then decided he had a 50-50 chance, New Kasuto or Death Mountain, and went into New Kasuto to find the shield spell, and then had to get out and finally take on Death Mountain. Found trophy much quicker than you, and in fact, after you found that dead end in Great Palace and up aid, he was right behind you.
Oh, really? Well, I guess technically, yeah. No, the trophy has to be on the eastern, right?
The trophy has to be on the west, yeah.
Yeah, west, yeah. So, yeah, I never picked up the new Kasuda item, the 7 magic container block thing. So, yeah, I know I hadn't found Magic Cave, so diving into Death Mountain was a bit of a gamble. But, yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I was worried about that when you went over to the Western Continent because you ducked into Trophy Cave. And I'm like, uh-oh, here he is. He's going to look for a Heart Container Cave. And the first cave you saw was Trophy Cave. Second cave was Death Mountain. And then you're like, okay, you know what? Let's go through. And you went through, and then you up aid. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then you went through, I guess you went through a second time and finally got there. We were yelling at you.
I figured that it would be faster to actually up A and just go back other than to backtrack. I don't know if it actually was faster, but that was my gut feeling, so that was why I did it.
I didn't map it, but DH got there quicker than you did. Total time spent in Death Mountain, but we were actually yelling at you because we knew you had the kid from Maze Island, and Spectacle Rock was right there in your face, and we're like, oh my god, he doesn't see it. Just hit the rock, Martin. And it turns out you never got the hammer.
Nah, exactly. So I guess if you saw if DH actually got both items, then I guess you were yelling at me because you figured I got it as well. But yeah, as soon as I saw the kid, I just said fuck it. I mean, I knew there was nothing else on Maze Island I needed, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or actually,
except the hammer, if it was under trophy.
I might have needed the hammer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably pretty stupid of me, but it paid off.
I was just gonna say, you got a little lucky because abandoning searching the second item on Maze Island, you might have had to get that hammer and go back to the rock, but luckily it was in the cave in Death Mountain.
Yeah, I don't know where DH is, but right
Darklink.
now, but okay. So yeah, had hammer been required, that decision would probably have lost me the race.
What would have lost you the race, honestly, and this was a joke that turned into almost a reality. Your 2 bio breaks.
Oh, really?
Because when you entered Great Palace and you're like, all right, be right, you just left and you went to the kitchen to go to the bathroom. DH was right there.
Yeah, my bathroom is not in my kitchen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said that the other day.
No, I went to the bathroom and then I went by my kitchen to get a tall can. Tonight's tall cans has actually been brought by Ness' girlfriend, so she's been very supportive.
There you go.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, also give a shout out to Frank the dog. He's been a great mascot for tonight.
Absolutely. By the way, guys, follow both of our runners here because they're both good guys and they both are really good players. So You drop them both a follow. Do it right now, and let me know when you're done, and I'll start talking again.
Yeah, I feel like I had a really lousy start. There was like no XP to be found anywhere.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. There was a couple early game overs, and nobody could get any levels. It was kind of rough. Very stingy seed starting out.
Yeah, and I even wanted to skip. I think it was medicine or yeah, it was medicine cave. I just skipped it to get back to it later.
Yeah, DH was on a hunt for items late in the game, which early on appeared to be like a look for a magic key, but then turned into being a hunt for heart containers because he was done with 4 heart containers, with still the original 4 heart containers after placing all 6 gems.
Oh.
So
yeah, he definitely would have won because he did that in Palace 4, Palace 5, and Palace 6. Kind of, oh, I'm going to go back and try to look for the item for a little bit, but then he gave up in Palace 4 and 5 without finding the item. So if he didn't do that, I think they would have been ahead.
I mean, the further in this tournament you get, that's what you have to do. You have to realize, I don't need these items, and just move on.
Buzz, handle things for a second. I gotta go get the door. Hold on.
All right, yeah, no problem.
So I mean, I've been watching Dig Shake a lot. So I mean, I am trying to play as he would. He would probably not even. I know I did go back into P3 for the item. He would not have done that. I am certain of it because I knew that there's not going to be anything in P3 that I actually need. But I did feel that it was a really close item. I knew exactly where it was after beating the boss.
That's the thing. I was kind of questioning that too. I was like, yeah, I don't know why you would go back and again, DH did the same thing, going back and looking around for that in 3. But like you said, if you have it narrowed it down enough, and you know it's only going to cost you another minute to go and get the item, that's probably well worth your time.
Yeah, and I think it turned out to be a heart container, and in the end, I think they helped me a lot because staying at 2 magic and 3 life really helps out with the XP throughout the seed.
Yeah, that's what I like to do as well. But like you said, doing those time save type things with that dig shake does, that's definitely the opposite extreme of the spectrum because he skips almost everything. Like he'll burn like 2, maybe 3 gems per run. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to follow that, but I just can't do it to that extreme just because my skill level is not nearly as high as his.
I think or maybe it was the first seed I actually skipped the first gem, or was it this one? I'm not sure, but I have no problem skipping crystals. If I can get up to attack 6, I'm comfortable. If I get attack 5, it's a little outside my comfort zone. This seed turned out to be really easy to stick with magic 2 and life 3, and then it's really easy to get attack 7.
Hey, DH, thanks for joining us. Good game, man.
Good game, DH.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
DH, take us through it. You were on a frantic search for heart containers there at the end, weren't you?
A little bit. I mean, I was worried, and it was for good reason. Thunderbird was hitting hard, and I had life 7, so.
Yeah,
he usually is.
It was 3 hit death with shield at life 7 and 6 containers.
Yeah, and lucky to get those 2 containers at the end too.
Yep.
Yeah, because
I lost time. I gave up in P5 and P6 looking for items because I didn't want to waste too much time.
One was the cross and one was the heart container, I believe, by process of elimination. So you could have actually took a little bit more time and wound up with the cross instead.
Yeah.
So it could have went against you as well. You took probably what is now considered the wrong decision, but it was the right decision to make when you knew that the spell Thunder was either going to be trophy blocked from Death Mountain or in New Kasuto readily available. and unfortunately, it wasn't there. You did pick up a heart container there, though, so
Yep.
a little bit of a benefit. Was there anything else during that seed and that kind of didn't go your way? You feel?
I feel like I had a really good run, so Nez got the best race he could out of me and ended up beating me by a couple minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
from what
glad
I
you.
heard, it was a really close race, so good game.
And I'm definitely glad you were able to restart after your controller went down.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off and kind of put me in. I probably had a really slow start to the second seed because I was pretty frustrated by that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was more the seed because you guys both had a rough start. There was a lot of difficult encounters and early game overs, and no experience to be found.
Yeah, the experience were really lacking the seed when it came to the early game.
Yeah, I fought hard to get that P bag in P2. So
well,
I
you
knew it was
actually.
there, and I was like, "There's
Yeah,
no
was so-
experience anywhere."
I was so freaking disappointed when I found that P bag because I actually had to. Well, first off, it didn't really help me, and second, I had to ferry through the door, so I couldn't even pick it up.
Yeah, that happened. That happened to both. Luckily, DH I think actually took a death, but he was able to see it, so it didn't go all the way through and back. Knew that he needed a key to come back and get it.
No.
But yeah, you can't yet pick up a P bag with a ferry, as far as I know.
No, until somebody plays
Nope,
the game
you
with their
can't.
face and discovers a way to do it. Call it, I guess, P-bag facing. P-facing. I don't
P-bag
know.
face, yeah.
I'll work
I
on
like
it.
that.
But, yeah, another unfortunate thing, DH, was one time during that run, I think it was in Palace 2 as well.
Yeah,
you
game
were working
over.
on getting
That
Attack
attack
5.
level would have helped.
Yeah. And took an unfortunate game over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
there was a lot of blue iron
that was a
knuckles in
lot
my
of,
way, and I couldn't get by a couple of them.
And I
Had some
think in
bad luck.
another palace, you had one life. You had no lives left, very low on health, and you were farming Magos to cast life to help you out, and then you met a blue iron knuckle, and you're like, all right, I got to go the other way because I can't risk this, and you actually made it out of there with the levels you needed. So that was good play and good awareness as well.
Played
I
pretty-
think-
a little above average, so I'm happy with my run.
Yeah, I felt really early that this was a really smooth run, and I felt like I'm gonna PB. Then I realized I am missing 2 spells, and those are Reflect and Fire. So then I quickly realized, yeah, this is gonna be an awful seed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of the seed itself, it wasn't that awful. You guys didn't
No,
get. It
Well,
was.
it
I mean-
seemed very generous initially, getting the boots and glove like almost right away.
yeah, and everything kind of fell into place kind of easy. It became quite obvious where stuff kind of had to be. I mean, I did do the gamble for Death Mountain, I guess. I mean, had the trophy been under Respectable Rock, DH would have won for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
did you not get the hammer?
No, not to my first visit to Mace Island. I did not.
Yeah,
And
he
one-
grabbed the kid and ran.
Yeah, one of the announcers was yelling at him.
Yeah, I realize now that that was stupid, seeing how the seat played out, because I actually didn't even think about the hammer. So yeah, I won by luck.
Well, it is what it is.
But
Happens.
yeah, with that win, though, you are going to play Vonky in the next round of the bonus bracket, and he's
Yes.
talking early trash about
I'm
Vonky
rooting right
seeds
now.
and
Yeah.
drinking and playing football, and then coming back and racing you drunk. Yeah.
Well, we both probably will be drinking beer during our race. I'm contemplating doing a wonky.
Come
flags.
on, let's do the tournament now.
What's going on here?
However, Vonky is refusing to ever do mix big and small enemies, and I do enjoy that very much. So I guess we will have to fall back on tournament flags when it comes to our race.
Hell no!
There's
We
plenty
both
of time
can
to
do
work
one
this
flag.
out, boys. Come on, let's talk it out.
We can both speak out one veto. My veto is no mixed enemies. Your veto is probably no trophy, but yeah, we don't have that option.
There
I actually dislike very much playing with random starting art containers, but
Oh, come on, that's funny. Okay, I'll make it up to you. We'll start with one heart container.
yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, at least you know you start with one.
You guys have to restream audio only and don't disable beeping so I can have it play constantly.
Yeah, we will
Fair
probably
enough.
disable beeping.
That would
We
be
can do that.
that'd be quite well. So when do you guys think you're gonna do this? Next week? Next weekend? You guys
Yeah.
I would say now, but he says I'm too drunk. I need less tall cans.
see that just doesn't sound like a kind of guy who's in the competing war. He sounds like he's playing mind games with you, honestly.
I'm guessing next weekend will work for me.
Boring.
I
Chat-
think I might actually be out of town on the
Here it
entirety
comes.
of Saturday, so
Then
Friday.
you might have a problem.
Yeah.
I count on Friday and Sunday.
Okay, then we have a problem.
Well, you guys live close enough in time
yeah,
zone. so-
we're in the same time zone actually. So,
you guys can work out a race even if it's 2:00 and 7:00 in the morning on the East Coast of the United States.
yeah, as long as you can restream it, Larry.
I don't know. I don't know if I can.
Come on, he can restream now.
I'm already running, boys. No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
No,
the,
it's
but the
not-
real New York pizza is downstairs, so I have
He
to
needs to
go.
do typing, changing our names, and then we can go. I'm ready.
I have a question. What the hell is Vonka doing in here?
Trying to convince you to race right now. There are a lot of people in chat who would love to see another tournament race.
Yeah, but I think there's actually one coming up pretty soon, isn't there?
But hey,
No.
nice segue there. There is another race
There
tonight,
is.
ladies and gentlemen. King
Yeah.
Doll versus Double A. Amazing
I think,
Farris.
I think it's in 2 hours actually.
In 2 hours' time. Very good on your time zone. It's 8:00 p.m. Eastern
See,
time.
that's
That's going to be on
those are
JLo
enough
stream.
time.
That's JLo, JAYLOW, number 7.
And that's an actual race, isn't it?
That's a winner's bracket race. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Are you trying to say that these guys aren't actually racers, the ones that are talking now?
I was just trying to add to the trash talk.
No, I just left. I lost on purpose so I could meet him in the loser bracket. I mean, I know how much it means to him. And
I am fairly certain that you played before me, so you were counting on me to lose.
I was actually counting on you to win because I know how much I love racing you, especially
Oh, yeah.
when it's a trophy throw. I mean,
Yeah. This
the only
was
problem with this tournament race will be we can't nag each other off on Discord.
Yeah, that's true. Damn it.
We usually trash talk each other on Discord during the race. But
Yeah, I've been on the listening end of
Yeah.
those things a couple times, and all I have to say, as long as Jack's not around making his computer beep, it's pretty fun to listen to.
And yeah,
Yeah.
by we trash talking, Wonky means he's trash talking me.
Well, I mean, listen, you can trash talk too, but all you're saying is I hate this game. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Oh, how is that? I hate this game timer coming along.
Oh, I didn't have his audio up.
Well,
mean-
I think I actually said it 0 times. I did yell at the game a couple of times.
It's a PB.
We can actually. Well, I guess we can ask Ness' girlfriend when she gets back from her dog walk.
Oh, come on, don't be boring. Let's do the tournament race now. If you win, I have no more time on nagging you because you won.
Oh God.
Well, that's true, but yeah, I'm not gonna do another tournament race now.
So you won another week full of nagging, huh?
Yes.
I like your style.
We got to build the suspense, boys. This is going to be fun. Let's do some practice races during the week.
Hey, you
And,
know what? We can do a practice race now. You can restream it if you want.
Yeah. We're actually doing a race right now, Larry. So
Oh, you guys
join
really?
up.
Let me go grab some
Yeah.
pizza, and I will definitely.
He doesn't want to do a tournament race, but he does want to do a normal race.
Yeah,
I will
yeah
grab.
I seriously don't. I am in no way in the right mindset for a tournament race right now.
Alright, that means I can set flags.
Oh, make him crazy.
Yes.
Mix small and large. Come on. Yeah,
no,
man.
I'm not mixing small and large. I hate the lag, so I'm not doing that.
Oh boy, you get lag when you don't mix small and large in desert encounters.
Yeah, but not that much.
Well, just
How the hell did Wonky end up in here from the start? Wasn't this supposed to be a interview with me
Well,
and
I
DH?
heard you. I heard you were being interviewed, and I was like, oh, maybe I can convince him to do a tournament race.
This is
All
the weirdest race ever.
All right, guys, go on over to the other channel, and I'll join you guys when you're racing just for fun. And
yeah, you should probably restream our chatter as well. So.
And Buzz and I will wrap things up here for the official video, so I can post it, and Digshake can put it on his playlist. Again, DH and Martin, good games.
Yeah,
And
thanks, Wonky, for ruining the post game.
he's already gone, but
Good game, DH. Good game.
but
Yep.
good
See you
games,
later,
guys.
Thanks.
No problem, and thanks for letting us restream it. We had a lot of fun. It was very close, very competitive, and Buzz, anything else?
No, well done. Great race. Nice work, guys.
And keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the stars. No, you have nothing like that.
I don't have a specific catchphrase right now. Insert my ex-wife here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it has to be something regarding your ex-wife.
All right, guys, 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time. Remember, JLo's channel, I posted the link in chat. I'm going to post it again because it's fun to do. Make sure you give him a follow. Give a follow to our runners. Give a follow to Buzz Thunder. And then, and all that good stuff. 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. It's King Doll versus Double A, Amazing, and Pharos. Should be good. It is a winner's bracket match. And then tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, we have Unos versus Buzz Thunder.
Oh, that should be a good one.
Buzz.
At what time?
Noon Eastern.
Yeah, it's a early race. Yeah, so I don't know what time. Yeah, for Sweden, that might be a weird hour.
I think that's 6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Are you covered for commentary, Larry?
Would you
Or
like to join?
Can I join?
I'm going to write you down right now.
Oh, sweet.
So, Angry Larry and NES Martin. And maybe we can get the Dick Shake. Maybe we can get our first three-way in the booth.
Yeah, that would be cool. I will be dead sober, though. Because it's Sunday evening.
I'll drag some entertainment out of you. That's fine.
Yeah.
But, all right, have fun in your practice race. I'm going to go eat real pizza, unlike what you eat. And come back and watch.
It's not real pizza if it doesn't have a pineapple on it.
If it does not come from New York, it's not real pizza. Buzz, thanks a lot for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Thanks for the commentary, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for racing. And we'll see you guys all later.
Oh, hell yes.